I usually do a series on this channel called Reacting to Ridiculous Fragrance TikToks. However, I do feel like I'm being unfair on TikTok because there's also equally ridiculous fragrance content on the platform of Instagram. There's Instagram Reels, which is poor man's TikTok, of course. They're just trying to copy TikTok and the success that platform had. But more creators have been getting on there, including myself. So go ahead, guys, and follow us if you want more corny fragrance content from myself. I think Instagram Reels kind of has a different audience. I feel like people on Instagram are a little bit more mature than those on TikTok. I might be wrong. So I feel like you kind of have to give it off a different feel as a creator whilst on Instagram. So I thought we'd react to some Instagram Reels in today's video to see how Instagram is different to TikTok and see whether or not we can get more normal content on there. I'm not very hopeful, if I'm honest with you. Okay, so that was a quick, simple one. I don't know why these go viral. I think that reel got around a few million views, something like that. This is the V Scent, who is a channel I've seen before. Let's watch another one of their reels because that was very short. Interesting. I'm surprised Dior Cologne would get the most complimented in the brand because I feel like it's a very light fragrance. Reflection Man I can understand. Ultra Mal maybe, but I feel like Le Mal Elixir is more interesting. So yeah, maybe. It really depends on the individual skin. Remember guys, when people say this is their most complimented fragrance, you can only speak on your own experience. Everyone's skin is different. Everyone will have different experiences with different fragrances. But yeah, I also feel like Nishane Hacivat would be a big compliment getter in general. It's quite a strong and easy to like fragrance.
You gotta give him that hawk and spit on that thing, you get me?
Okay, that girl is going viral everywhere. The Hawk 2 girl. If you guys know the original clip, you know this meme. If you haven't watched it, guys, it's going crazy on the internet. That's a crazy video, actually, just watching that. I don't think that would have been allowed on TikTok, so maybe that's the difference between TikTok and Instagram. You get crazy stuff like that. Go watch that meme with that girl if you want to be up to date in the culture, guys.
It is Saturday evening. I'm getting ready for a party, so let's put on a fragrance.
I love the Cologne boy. I think he has a lot of personality. I think he deserves to be one of the biggest channels on all the platforms. I think he's big on YouTube now, Instagram and TikTok. So fair play to him. Well done, bro. Keep rocking it.
Number one rule, you always lotion up for the homies. Time to fix the hair. Majestic our hair, and the fragrance of the day will be Bon number 9, New York Nights. Let's go, baby. Boom. Also, make sure you use deodorant before applying any fragrances. Watch the day, Tissot PRX Powermatic 80. Now that we have fashion maxed and smell maxed, I'm ready. See you guys at the party. Peace.
That was a great video. I respect his advice of telling people to put on some deodorant first, get your basic hygiene down before you start applying fragrances. Bon number 9, New York Nights, I think that was the name of the fragrance. Let me see the note breakdown. Yeah, I think this looks like a really nice scent. I think this is one of their more hyped scents. So it's got caramel, coffee, patchouli. Definitely seems like a nighttime gourmand fragrance by the looks of things, so I can imagine this working really well at a party, in fairness. Maybe I should try this fragrance out. Do you guys think I should give Bon number 9 another chance? I've kind of hated on the brand recently. I haven't been particularly impressed by them so far. And I love Cologne Boy's advice of always lotioning up for the homies. It's just the best. I love this guy. He is literally the best. Man, Cologne Boy, you're going places, bro. I love it. So now we've got like a fashion Instagrammer. I feel like he's a bit too cool for school, if you know what I mean.
My non-negotiable is that I must smell good at all times.
That's a very intense intro. I'm just going to stop right there. Who says on a video, my non-negotiable, I must smell good at all times, and he's very edgy whilst he's doing it? I don't know. I feel like it's a bit much. What do you guys think?
And there are 3 fragrances that help me achieve that every day. Maison Margiela Replica Jazz Club, Byredo Animalique, Malin and Goetz Dark Rum.
Sure, all 3 of them are great fragrances, but why did you not have a shirt on for the entire video, bro? What's going on there? 37.9% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys really want to see our channel grow, go ahead and click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. Okay, that was weirdly mesmerizing. I was really interested by that ASMR atomizer video, basically. I can see why that got a lot of views. I was very impressed by that one phrase. I'm not sure what it's called. I think it's called HUNQ Barman. I've never heard of it, but that atomizer was crazy. That was literally a shower head on a fragrance. I don't know how a company gets an atomizer like that, but that was impressive. Which of those atomizers were your favorite from that video? So this next video is by Mona, who is the founder of Kayali Fragrances, I believe, which is kind of cool how she has her own page and does her own organic content on social media. That's pretty cool.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Yeah, in fairness, I can see why she finds those to be icks. They're all kind of a bit weird, especially leaving your fragrances in the sunlight. Don't do that, although I personally do, so I've just icked Mona out, but I don't think there's anything wrong with spraying in the lid. It's just a bit messy, it's a bit weird, but it's a great way to test a fragrance. You see Jeremy doing all the time.
I tell you if it's good or not.
That's his classical move. Rubbing together, yeah, is a bit weird. It kind of shows you're a bit of an amateur. Don't do that. Just apply in the pulse points and then let it go. Apply elsewhere, wherever you would want to rub. Just stop rubbing. It's a bit weird as well. Yeah, it's an ick. I agree, actually.
Official tier list of the most popular men's designer colognes.
By the way, this is Finn, FB Fragrances, who actually used to be one of the co-hosts on School of Scent temporarily. I miss you, bro. Maybe one day he'll come back to us. Who knows?
I do not care what you guys say, Dior Sauvage is fire. It is not overhyped at all. It is going in the A tier.
You know what? If you take away the fact that Dior Sauvage is overly popular, yeah, it pretty much gets everything right. I think it could arguably be put in the S tier, maybe the Parfum, maybe not the Eau de Toilette, maybe the Parfum, but hey, that's just me. I think it's a 9 out of 10, the Dior Sauvage Parfum.
What is overrated, what is overhyped, the original 1 million. I cannot stand this stuff. I would put it lower than the C tier if I could, but that's the lowest we got.
Yeah, you know what? I think the original 1 million deserves a B tier placement. It's not a bad scent per se, it's just a little bit outdated. It's quite solidly constructed still, in my opinion.
Strong With You Intensely. This is probably my favorite designer cologne of all time. It is beautiful. S tier for you.
I feel like Intensely is one of my less favorite flankers from the Stronger With You line. I personally prefer Absolutely, but I don't think it deserves S tier. S tier is the very top of the fragrance game. I think maybe A tier is a solid designer scent. S tier feels a bit too much.
Versace Eros, not amazing, but definitely better than 1 million. Let's go with the B tier.
Yeah, I feel like B tier for Versace Eros is very fair.
Also in the B tier, we'll go with Prada L'Homme EDT. This is classy, elegant, but there's nothing special about it in my opinion.
I think he's spot on B tier. I kind of feel Prada L'Homme is a little bit overrated. I know I'm gonna get hate for that.
Versace Eros Flame. This thing is my baby. So much better than the original Eros. It's more unique. It's spicy. A tier.
I think Eros Flame and Eros are very similar. I think Eros Flame is a little bit better, not much better. I would place it in the same tier as the original Eros, which was B tier personally.
YSLY EDP. I think this thing is honestly better than Dior Sauvage, better than Bleu de Chanel. One of the best blue designer fragrances. So easy to wear. I think it deserves the S tier.
I personally think that's a crazy placement and some crazy statements there from Finn. But of course, all reviewers have different opinions. But saying it's better than Bleu de Chanel, I don't think so. Bleu de Chanel is better constructed in my opinion. It's more timeless in my opinion as well. I would personally put YEDP in the A tier. I still think it's a solid scent.
And finally, Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Beau Le Parfum Coconut Pineapple, hyped on TikTok for a reason. But I don't think it's quite S tier. I think it's A tier. A tier for Le Beau Le Parfum.
I completely agree with that. The Beau Le Parfum, I would give it a 9 out of 10. I would say in the A tier is a safe spot for it. It's a solid, versatile fragrance. Yeah, I think that's a very reasonable tier list overall, Finn. I miss you, man. I hope you're doing good. This next video is from Fragrance Knowledge, who I've talked to on Instagram before as well. He seems like a nice guy. He's based in America. Let's watch this video that he's done, which is an interesting title. You see what I mean?
Cologne that pulls no women. If you wear these fragrances, you have no game. Dior Sauvage EDT. You bought this fragrance because Johnny Depp and because women thirst over Johnny Depp. So 2 and 2 go together. I'm convinced that if Johnny Depp was not the face of Dior Sauvage, it would have no sales. It's a boring, basic, fresh, spicy fragrance. It's so boring.
So I feel like actually Dior Sauvage gets too much hate. It's well constructed, well blended. Maybe the ambroxan from the Eau de Toilette is a bit synthetic and harsh, but I still think it's a very solid fragrance. I'll give the EDT nowadays still an 8 out of 10, despite how popular it is. Would it do well if there was no Johnny Depp? I don't know. It's tough to tell retrospectively, but I still think you can understand why it's a popular fragrance. I feel like it is a very easy to love scent.
Baccarat Rouge 540. That is one of the most feminine fragrances I've ever smelled in my entire life. Smells good on a woman, smells insanely weird on a man. If you want to smell like a woman, wear Baccarat Rouge 540. That's why it gets no girls, because you smell like one.
So you shouldn't be calling me ally this, bro. And I think Baccarat Rouge 540 is a great fragrance. The Eau de Parfum, I think is solid. I prefer it over the Extrait de Parfum. Personally, I think it's better value for money overall. It projects more. I kind of know what he means about it being feminine. I don't think it's only a female fragrance. I think guys can rock it. Some guys who I've known to wear this fragrance smell great wearing this. I think I smell great when I rock this as well. I would say it's a unisex leaning feminine fragrance, but not a women-only fragrance overall. I still think it's unisex.
Unfortunately, I do own one of the worst fragrances of all time, Dolce&Gabbana, the original light blue. It's so bad. Some people say it smells like eggs. Some people say it smells like dirty laundry. This smells like dirty laundry to me.
I think the original Dolce&Gabbana Light Blue is one of the greatest fragrances ever made. It can smell like egg on some people's skin because aquatic notes or cologne specifically sometimes reacts to some people's skin like that. It's just unfortunate for some individuals. But Light Blue, the original, is a classic, iconic DNA. People like the Light Blue Intense. It performs better, but it pretty much smells the same as the original. So the original is a timeless classic. I think it's a masterpiece and deserves to be respected.
If you wear Versace Eros EDT, you think you're the man, but in reality, you smell like every 11-year-old boy on the market. Every single child wears this fragrance. So you wear Eros, you smell like a child.
You know, I kind of completely agree with him.
I genuinely thought this was going to be a funny video, but I realized I do not have those fragrances. I don't have Dior Sauvage EDT. I don't have Baccarat Rouge 540 because they're nasty. Why would I want them in my collection? I have the best Sauvage, Dior Sauvage Elixir. I have that one because that one's good, but the original Sauvage EDT, so bad.
Okay, I feel like this was a very harsh video. If you enjoy any of those fragrances, I don't know what to tell you. Let's watch one last video on Instagram Reels. Give this platform one last chance to see that maybe it's not a weird place after all. Okay, never mind. And that concludes this video, guys. What are your thoughts on Instagram Reels? I kind of feel like it's just as bad as TikTok, honestly, except I feel like the platform itself is more clunky and more awkward to use than TikTok in certain ways. So really, I still prefer TikTok for my short form content. Overall though, guys, I personally prefer making long form content because I feel like it's just more substantial. It has more, I don't know, satisfaction as a creator. You really are making a whole point with the video. Short form is just too much trying to grab people's attention quickly, talk quick editing because you gotta keep that attention span. People can't focus anymore in today's society. I can see the appeal of short form content. That's where we really grew on these platforms as well, but I personally prefer regular YouTube. I feel like I'm very happy that I focus mainly on regular YouTube nowadays. Let me know, guys, between TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts, what website is your favorite place to get your fix of short form content? Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our previous part on reacting to ridiculous fragrance TikToks. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.